Hinduism is one of the oldest religions in the world, and it has a rich history and a complex belief system. The religion believes in the concept of reincarnation, which means that after death, the soul is reborn into a new body. The process of death and rebirth is known as samsara. According to Hinduism, the ultimate goal of life is to achieve moksha, which means liberation from the cycle of birth and death. In this video, we will explore what happens when you die in Hinduism and how it is connected to the concepts of karma, dharma, and moksha. The process of death in Hinduism. In Hinduism, death is seen as a natural part of life. It is believed that at the time of death, the soul leaves the body and moves on to the next stage of existence. The process of death is described in detail in the Garuda Purana, one of the 18 major Hindu Puranas. According to the Garuda Purana, the process of death occurs in 4 stages: the withdrawal of the senses, the dissolution of the elements, the separation of the soul from the body, and the journey to the afterlife. The first stage of death is the withdrawal of the senses. At the time of death, the soul begins to withdraw from the physical senses and organs of the body. The eyes stop seeing, the ears stop hearing, the tongue stops tasting, and the skin stops feeling. The soul then begins to withdraw from the body's internal organs, such as the heart and lungs. The second stage of death is the dissolution of the elements. In Hinduism, it is believed that the body is made up of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. At the time of death, these elements begin to dissolve, starting with the earth element. The body becomes colder, and the limbs become stiff. The water element then begins to dissolve, and the body becomes dry. The fire element then dissolves, and the body loses its warmth. The air element then dissolves, and the breath stops. Finally, the space element dissolves, and the soul separates from the body. The third stage of death is the separation of the soul from the body. At this stage, the soul leaves the body and begins its journey to the afterlife. According to Hinduism, the soul is immortal and indestructible. It is not affected by the death of the body, and it continues to exist after death. The fourth stage of death is the journey to the afterlife. According to Hinduism, the soul travels to the afterlife based on its karma, which is the sum total of all its actions and deeds in life. Good karma leads to a pleasant afterlife, while bad karma leads to an unpleasant afterlife. The afterlife is divided into different realms, known as lokas, which are determined by the soul's karma. The different lokas in Hinduism. Hinduism believes in the existence of different lokas or realms in the afterlife. These realms are based on the soul's karma and are divided into 2 categories, the higher realms and the lower realms. The higher realms are known as the Swarglokas, which are the heavenly realms. These realms are reserved for those who have accumulated good karma in their life. The Swarglokas are described as beautiful, peaceful, and full of pleasure. The souls in these realms enjoy the company of gods, celestial beings, and other virtuous souls. The highest of these realms is called Brahmaloka, where the souls are said to merge with the Supreme Being. The lower realms are known as the Naraka-lokas, which are the hellish realms. These realms are reserved for those who have accumulated bad karma in their life. The Naraka-lokas are described as dark, miserable, and full of suffering. The souls in these realms experience intense pain and punishment for their past deeds. The punishments are said to vary based on the nature and severity of the soul's sins. Some of the punishments described in Hinduism include being burned in fire, boiled in oil, and crushed under mountains. Apart from these 2 categories, there is also a third realm known as the Mrityaloka, which is the earthly realm. This is the realm where human beings live and experience the consequences of their actions. It is believed that the souls in the Mrityaloka can influence their future rebirths by performing good deeds and accumulating positive karma. The concept of karma and its role in rebirth. Karma is one of the central concepts in Hinduism, and it plays a significant role in the process of death and rebirth. According to Hinduism, karma refers to the sum total of all the actions and deeds performed by an individual in their life. Every action, whether good or bad, has consequences, and these consequences shape the soul's future rebirths. Good karma leads to a pleasant rebirth, while bad karma leads to an unpleasant rebirth. The nature of the rebirth is determined by the balance of good and bad karma accumulated in the past lives. If the soul has accumulated more good karma than bad karma, it will be reborn into a higher realm, such as the heavenly realms. If the soul has accumulated more bad karma than good karma, it will be reborn into a lower realm, such as the hellish realms. The concept of karma also emphasizes the importance of dharma, which refers to the moral and ethical duties that an individual must fulfill in their life. Following dharma is essential to accumulate good karma and achieve a positive rebirth. The fulfillment of dharma also helps individuals to live a fulfilling and meaningful life. The importance of moksha. Moksha is the ultimate goal of life in Hinduism. It refers to liberation from the cycle of birth and death, and it is achieved by realizing the true nature of the self and the universe. Moksha is a state of enlightenment, where the soul is free from all limitations and attachments. According to Hinduism, there are three paths to achieving moksha: karma yoga, bhakti yoga, and jnana yoga. Karma yoga refers to the path of selfless action and service, bhakti yoga refers to the path of devotion and worship, and jnana yoga refers to the path of knowledge and understanding. In conclusion, death is an inevitable part of life, and Hinduism has a rich and complex understanding of what happens after death. The religion believes in the concept of reincarnation, where the soul is reborn into a new body after death. The process of death and rebirth is determined by the soul's karma, which is the sum total of all its actions and deeds in life. Good karma leads to a pleasant rebirth, while bad karma leads to an unpleasant rebirth. The ultimate goal of life in Hinduism is to achieve moksha, which is liberation from the cycle of birth and death. Moksha is achieved by realizing the true nature of the self and the universe, and is the ultimate aim of all spiritual practices in Hinduism. Thanks for watching.